Hey there, girlfriend. Now, I know that you're probably watching this because you are an entrepreneur or business owner, or really one and the same, right? So, have you ever asked yourself, should you focus on access or ambition? Well, we're going to get to the bottom of that in today's video. We look forward to seeing you on the other side. Hi there, my name is Ingafay, and I am an authenticity strategist. And in today's video, there are three key things that we're going to talk about. First and foremost, we're going to talk about what your focus should be in your business from a short-term point of view. Secondly, we're going to talk about what your focus should be on your business from a long-term point of view. And then we're going to talk about exactly how to decide which one to focus on. Let's do this, shall we? So when you think about your business, a lot of times you're thinking about the short term. What can we do? What can we make happen today? How can we make the cash register ring today? That may be from doing virtual networking or even in-person networking where you meet people that could possibly be a prospect or a lead for your product or service that you're selling. So you are really focused on selling today. And when I think about that, that makes me think more of an ambitious type of person that really is focused on what they can make happen today. How can they make the cash register ring today? You are very focused on the person that is in front of you. If the person in front of you is going to do business with you, you're not really concerned about really anything else. That's your primary focus. And I know when I first started my business, that was my focus too, especially when I was going out and just meeting people in my everyday life. My focus was to see if I could get their name and their number. And then after I did that, I was working to try to set them up for some type of appointment where I could tell them about my product. Have you been there too? Well, that's when I really see people, they are more ambitious than they are thinking about access. So now that I've told you that point of view and how that's from my point of view is more of a short-term business view, I wanted to remind you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We upload a video every Thursday for your viewing pleasure, and we would love for you to subscribe. We don't want you to miss a beat. So now let's talk about it from a long-term point of view. And basically, this is really, when I say talk about business from a long-term point of view. How do we look at business for a long-term point of view? Well, this is something that over the years that I have discovered that I had to kind of change my mindset about when it came to business. And it was building relationships. From my vantage point, I really feel like that's a long-term view of a business, in that you are interacting with different people, seeing how you can collaborate with them, seeing how you can support one another, and possibly create referral sources for each other so you can continuously build your business. Now, I gave you the first one as a time where you're just kind of prospecting and talking to people as you go. But then this one right here, to me, is more powerful because it allows you to not only help your business grow, but you can help somebody else's grow. And then in addition of doing it together, you're actually going to have better results because you could be referring people that have the same target market as you, but provide a different service. For example, if you were a person that sews some kind of nails, you know that people that typically are all about their nails, they are image people. They want to look a certain way. So that possible referral partner for you could be someone that styles hair, someone that sells cosmetics, someone that works out. Really like a personal trainer, because this is centered around image. So then when it comes down to you interacting with people with the same target market, you guys can swap out clients because you provide a different service for them. So you have more access because of the interactions and the connections that you're building. And it's not a one and done type of interaction. These are people that you are going to continue to develop a relationship, kind of dating them to find out how you guys can work together to really collaborate, to be partners in your business. So it's a little bit different than the first analogy that I gave you with access, that you're only talking to the person that's in front of you and it's just on a one-on-one basis. This one is more of a one-to-many because you're able to not just serve the person in front of you, but also someone else that's constantly giving you leads over time. But again, it takes a process. It's a process that you have to develop and nurture that relationship so they can refer you. Because if you're anything like me, I don't refer people that I don't know. So I want to get to know the person, that therefore if I refer them to somebody, I know with my heart of hearts that they're going to provide the services to really provide value for the person that I'm referring them to. So I'm curious, have you ever thought about this? Have you ever thought about it from a collaboration type of view? Because again, like I said, when I first started my business, I had no idea about the collaboration. That was not something that came to mind, but I really wanted to share that with you today, because that way you guys can learn from my mistakes and my learning curve. You'll be that further ahead. So comment below and let us know. So the next thing we're going to talk about is, well, how do you decide which focus you're going to be on? Well, this is something that I have really been mulling over and thinking about in my business. And to be perfectly honest, I think you need to look at both of them, because I think the relationship building is more of a marathon, but then the interaction, day-to-day prospecting is more of a sprint. And I think you need both to have a viable business. That there are going to be some times that you are going to really focus hard to really do a whole bunch of prospecting to really get the big mo going. I'll say probably like in the beginning of your business, or you may have a certain goals, monthly goals that you're working towards, where this sprint would really be needed. But then in the meantime, in between time, you're still building these collaborative type of relationships that will help grow your business over time. So I think it's a 2-for-1 type of thing, that you want to do both of them depending on what you're working on a monthly basis. Because I think when you really want to reach higher levels and really pursue, really just higher levels in your business, higher income, more recruits, all of that, there are going to be times where you're going to need to do more of a sprint just to have more people coming through your funnel so you can find the people that really want what you have. In addition to also being able to collaborate with other folks and still having that stream of leads coming in that way too. So this is the kind of thing that I work with my clients on in my Relationship Accelerator coaching program that's offered in a group as well as one-on-one. So if you think you would want more information just to see if we're a good fit, so I could possibly help you figure out this kind of dynamic in your business, I would love to set up a fitting call with you. That way we can connect and see if we're a good fit. And of course, if we're not, I have tons of coaching friends that could possibly work with you. So be sure to check out the link in the description that gives you all the details for the fitting call. Just know that when you connect with me, you're not actually signing up for the Relationship Accelerator. We are talking to see if we're a good fit and then deciding what the next step is based on that. Okay? All right. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.